Hey everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the Hashgate challenge. This is a challenge from picoCTF 2026 as part of their web exploitation series of challenges. You have gotten access to the organization's portal, submit your email and password, and it redirects you to your profile. But be careful, just because access to an admin isn't directly exposed doesn't mean it's secure. Maybe someone forgot that obscurity isn't security. Can you find your way into the admin's profile for this organization and capture the flag? Okay, additional details will be available after you're launching your challenge instance. So the first thing we want to do for this challenge is we want to click on the launch instance button over here. So click on that. And then we'll see that the website is running here. All right, so we're just going to check out the website. So this is a login page. So enter your email, enter your password. So we don't know what a valid email and password is, but what we can do is we can take a look at the page source to see if they left anything interesting in the comments. So if we take a look at the comments for this page and we go down to the bottom, well, not the bottom, we see here that there's a set of credentials exposed in the comments. So this isn't something that you'd normally see on an application. It's just something for this challenge. So we see an email, guest@picoctf.org, and password guest. So we can use this to log into the application. So just going to copy that. Better not. Okay, so we paste in the email and the password is guest. Okay, click on login. Okay, and our response here is access level guest ID 3000. Insufficient privileges to view classified data. Only top tier users can access the flag. So we see here that a potential ID number of our account that we've got access to, guests, is revealed over here, 3000. And another thing that we see is that the endpoint that we're accessing, it looks like this. Hold on. Okay, so the endpoint looks like this. So it's profile user and then some hexadecimal value over here. So this hexadecimal value, we might come to the conclusion that we might be loading up our user's profile based on this value over here. And if we guess that this might be a hash, we would copy it, and then we would use a common website like crackstation.net. This is a website where you can crack hashes by pasting in the hash and then clicking on I'm not a robot and then cracking the hashes. If this is actually a hash, it'll identify what kind of hash is being used, as well as the original value of the hash. Okay, so we crack the hashes, and we see that this hash over here is actually an MD5 hash. And the MD5 hash that is being hashed is the number 3000. We can actually get the same result if we go into Linux, for example, and we echo this out. If we echo out the number 3000 and then we hash it using MD5 sum, we see that we get the same result over here. So it's E930, and this is also E93028 something something. Yeah, so this is the same hash. So what's going on inside of the web application is that the user profile directory is a hashed version of the ID, and we know that our user ID is 3000. What we would do to try to brute force and try to figure out if there are other users' profiles that we've got access to is we would take each number, so from 0 to 9,999, and we would hash it into the MD5 equivalent. So let me go ahead and get the command that we would do. Just a second, I need to grab my notes. We're going to go over to the challenge, and then we're going to open up a workspace, because what we can do here is we can solve this inside of the website. So click on Open in Workspace, and then we see a terminal over here. So the terminal is a web accessible version of Linux. And what we want to do inside the terminal is we want to right click, and when we want to select this frame and then open frame in new tab. This is going to put the terminal in its own browser tab. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a little directory where we can solve this challenge. So the directory, we're going to call this Hashgate. And then we're going to enter that directory. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is we're going to create a couple of different files that we're going to be using with the script. Let's see. So before we do the attack, let's talk about what's actually going on here. This is Hashgate. Okay, so in this challenge, we're told that access to the admin account has something to do with security through obscurity. So we're not given any credentials for this web app, but we find some on the landing page's HTTP source code. So we see here we've got our guest account, guest@picoCTF.org, password guest. So once logged in, we see a potential user ID number and a user profile endpoint that looks like some sort of hash. So we see that our user profile page is /profile/user and then something that looks like a hash. So after cracking the hash, we see that it is the hash value of the user ID number. So this is an MD5 hash of the number 3000. Okay, since the user profile endpoint is an MD5 hashed version of the user ID number, we can iterate through a large range from 0 to 9999999 to see if we can access other users' profiles. So the way we would create this list of MD5 hashes, we'd go into the web shell, and then we'd run the sequence command. We run the sequence command, sequence 0 to 9999, and we output that to list.txt. This is going to create a list of numbers from 0 to 9999, because these are the numbers that we're going to check. Okay, so we got our list of numbers. The next thing we want to do is we want to create a list of MD5 hashes that correspond to these hashes. That correspond to these numbers. So we're just going to run this command over here. So while ifs equals read-r line, do printf, so print the line and then run MD5 sum on it. And then we're going to create a new list called md5list.txt. So we're just going to run the command. Okay, so doing the hashing commands, it takes quite a while because we're doing 1,000 of them. Sorry, we're doing 9,999 of them. But after we're done, we'll have a list of MD5 hashes that we can check against on the web app using a fuzzing program. Okay, so while that's running, let's talk about what we're going to be doing for the attack. Okay, so the program we're going to be doing to do the fuzzing attack is called FFUF. So if we create a word list of MD5 hashes, we can use a fuzzing tool, a web fuzzing tool like FFUF, to determine valid endpoints. So the good thing about FFUF is that it runs very, very fast. I tried running this fuzzing attack with with the Python script, but I could never get the Python script to run fast enough so that it completed before the instance reset. So speaking of resetting instances, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over to the challenge, and I'm going to reset the instance. So let's see, restart instance. Okay, so we got md5 list.txt. Oops. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to run a fuzzing attack with ffuf using these different hashes. Okay, let me get the ffuf command. So this is what we're going to be running here. So we run ffuf with the md5 list.txt file, and we run it against this particular URL. The URL and the endpoint is going to be profile user fuzz. So this is the point where we're going to be inserting our MD5 hashes. So the thing is that we're going to have to change out the port number because the port number is going to be different each time. Let's go ahead and get that. So the number is 56162. 56162. Okay. Oops. $56162. Okay, and when we run the ffuf command, it'll tell us which ones come back as valid. So status 200. So there's only two. So there's the one that we know works, which is our user number 3000, and then there's this one over here. So to confirm that this is the correct endpoint, we're going to copy this. And then we're going to go back to the application. And we're going to do user profile, this thing. Oh, cannot get this. Hold on. Profile user. Okay, I got the order wrong. So it's profile user. Okay, and then we get the flag. So it says, welcome admin, here is the flag. picoCTF IDOR unlock. So to finish the challenge, so the flag is over here, picoCTF IDOR unlock. Copy this, then go back to the challenge, scroll down to the bottom, paste in the flag, and then click on submit flag, and you're finished. All right, everybody, this was a guided walkthrough for the Hashgate challenge from picoCTF 2026 as part of their web exploitation series of challenges. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button, and if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.